are you laughing at? Alright, what's up guys? Chief J here. I'm a mess. I've been sick. I haven't posted in forever. What's new? Mustang's a mess, kind of. It's really dirty. It needs a bath very desperately. Lots happened. And I've been, I don't know, too lazy or some shit like that to make a video. So here we are, over here with Gandale. And let me give you guys a quick rundown of what's going on, or what's gone on with the car so far, and what's going on today. First things first, the AC went out. I hit a fist-sized chunk of concrete that just blasted my AC compressor. I was without AC for like close to a month, I think. It sucked. It sucked really, really bad. Finally ended up replacing a compressor. See, that's how I'm sick. Replacing the AC compressor, replacing the high and low pressure lines, and replacing the accumulator. Replaced all of that. AC works now. Then my brake that had been squeaking that I knew was an issue, that I was like, I need to do new brakes, ended up starting to grind, and it turns out the pad was down to nothing. So it ruined the rotor. So I ended up putting coated rotors with ceramic pads. It's a little better, you know, it's decent. They don't make a bunch of dust. That was a whole thing unto itself because there was a bunch of rust and like stuck bolts and stuff. And in fact, I had to torch one of the bolts completely because I actually broke a socket trying to take it off.
Special thanks to Florida Viking.
Yeah, thanks to Viking for coming through with the propane torch, because that's like one of the few tools I don't have here for some reason. I probably should get one. Anyways, as for today, I got some new interior bits, new carpets with nice GT logos, and I'm finally getting that replacement little defrost vent that's in the front corner over there. And as far as like actual good shit, we are putting in new, if I can get the box open with one hand. Thank you for the extra hands. Putting in new tie rod ends. Because when I was doing the brakes, I noticed a little something, which is that my tie rod ends are shot, pretty much. So yeah, that's what's going on today. Let's do it. Alright, so you guys see that? That bushing is completely shot. I don't know the condition underneath, and considering how cheap tie rod ends are, you know, why not? We're gonna take these apart and put new ones on. Alright, so first off, I'm gonna preface this by saying I am by no means an expert, far from it. Don't take advice from me. Don't listen to anything I say. That said, so when you change your tie rods, obviously, if you don't have them like exactly in the right spot, your toe is going to be misaligned. So like your front tires are either going to be toe in or toe out, or you know, they're going to be cockeyed because your tie rods are what actually controls your steering. So what you want to do to make sure they're as straight as possible, because you're still going to need to get an alignment after you're done with this, is you're going to be measuring from the end of the tie rod. This is the new one, by the way. The end of the tie rod here to the center line of the pin here. You're ruining my technical stuff. Gosh, these vapors are the worst. Anyways, so I already measured the ones that are still on the, and oh, you want to measure the old ones while they're still on the car, obviously, because that's when they're set up properly, assuming your alignment isn't already jacked up. Anyways, so the old tie rods, the stock, I'm assuming they're the stock Motorcraft ones, are 5.5 inches, and these new ones are also 5.5 inches from the end to the center of the pin. So as long as I don't back out the bolt too far, like I'm gonna just barely get it off just so I can unscrew the old tie rod, when I put it in, the steering should be decent. Again, still gonna need an alignment, but it'll be okay to get to the shop. It's, you know, my tires are not gonna be completely wonky. All right, so this nut right here is what holds the tie rod basically in place, and then obviously it's put through here. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna loosen that a tad while it's still attached. So, because once it's loose, it'll be way harder to do that. We're also not gonna replace it, actually, even though the kit for the new tie rod end comes with a new one. So we're gonna just keep it there so that we know where this tie rod end, how far to screw the new one in. So we're just gonna keep it there. And now we have to get this out. All right, so these things are always kind of a pain in the ass to get them off. Like there's nothing holding it in place other than the rust and the tension. So right now, hit it with some PB Blaster, and I'm just kind of waiting for that to penetrate and hopefully be easier to knock it loose. But in the meantime, I figured I'd come over here and just pop this thing in because it's been bugging me for the past, I don't know how long since I've had the car. So since summer, that ugly ass empty defrost hole. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and pop that in. There we go. Boom. Much nicer. Of course, didn't get it on camera, but there you go. Hitting it from the side with the hammer, hitting it down, finally breaks it loose, so that one is out. So now we're gonna go ahead and unscrew this one, screw the new tie rod back on, push it up into it, and I mean that's pretty much it for this side. And look at that, old busted up, rusty, nasty old tie rod. Nice new tie rod. So now we're gonna put this one back on the car. So now that the other one's loosely in place, we're gonna bash on this one until this one pops off. And then we are going to put the new one on this side. Oh, I should also mention another little pro tip. I forgot to mention this on the other one, is you can also, just to make sure that the nut back here doesn't move while you're removing the old one and putting the new one on, is you can use one of these pencils here, like a white pencil or another color like the yellow that'll stand out. And you just go back here and you mark the threading. I don't know if you guys can see that. Mark the threading a little bit, if it'll ever focus, so that you know where the nut is supposed to be. God, this makes my forehead look even bigger than it is. Maybe I should have a big forehead. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, take a look at this really quick. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but there's a bunch of dirt in this ball joint, which is completely dry. This is all crap that's come out of the ball joint on this tie rod end. So suffice to say, these things were bone dry and just junk. All right, success, finally got that out. So now, same thing as before, and you can see it a little better now where I marked it with the pencil right there. So unscrew that, put the new one on. There we go, new ball joint. Just need to tighten that all the way, put the cotter pin in, and that's about it. And with that, I think we are done with the easiest job I've had to do on this car so far. So, look at these nasty, nasty, nasty old tie rod ends. And just, these bushings are just shot. There's like no grease in them anymore or anything. And then if we come over here, look at that, fancy new tie rod. It's got the cotter pins in, everything's torqued and tied down. Got the little nipple in. Little nipple. Little nipple in there for the keep the grease in and to line up the grease gun to put more in. And then same thing over here on the other side. Put the cotter pins in, everything tightened down. Little nipple. So now at this point it's just a matter of putting the wheels back on, dropping the car, and going to get alignment. Other side. What?
I misspelled.
What are you doing?
I'm sitting. What does it look like I'm doing?
This isn't a one wheel.
This is a fucking one wheel if I want to.
It's a one wheel if you want it to be?
Yes.
Alright guys, we are back from the shop. Just got an alignment. So now here's the next thing we're working on. So you guys can probably see this. There's a gap right there. It's actually not the window seal gasket. Not to mention that door's making that noise. It's, I don't know how well I can see that. I'm gonna try to prop that, but this glass is actually really, you can kind of see it up here too. Super loose. So, gonna take the inside trim off the door and kind of see what's going on, if something needs to be tightened or something's broken in there or something. Who knows? We'll find out. Okay, update. I've gone ahead and pulled the interior trim of the door. As you can see right there, we just have the water shield. So we just have to remove that, and we can actually go ahead and see what's going on underneath, and hopefully figure out why this thing is so loose. Alright, so once the all the interior door trim is taken off and the waterproofing material is taken off, the next thing to check are the two issues I was having with the door. One of which was the outside handle was loose, and the other being the window itself was actually loose. So, easy enough. Just come over here and we'll see. So, the matter of this door handle being loose, we'll be able to see. Let's grab the light here. Ah, yeah, there we go. So up there, you see those two nuts right there? Those are the nuts that hold the door handle on. One was on, one was magically gone. So replace that, so that door handle's good. And then the other issue, which was the window being loose, causing it not to seat right against the seal here. So there's these pads here, and there's another one right here that basically hold pressure against the window.
What's up?
Is you dead?
No.
Did you fall?
No. Maybe.
Anyways. So it's just a matter of loosening this, because this comes up like an L, and just retightening it and making it tighter. We just have to put everything back together and clean it up. And we're done for the day, right?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Alright, tiny little bit of cheating. It is the next day, so we're dressed differently, or we just time warped into some new clothes. Anyway, so everything mechanically is done with the Mustang, pretty much. We're just cleaning it up, and I'm not gonna bore you guys with the details, but I will show you one nice little, well, major interior upgrade that I finally got. We got new floor mats. Nice ones too, very plush, very supple, very supple. Get a feel of these, get a feel of that. Show the camera what you're made of.
Yeah.
Okay, don't be that weird. Don't be that weird. So anyways, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put those in the car, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright, check it out. Boom, there we go. Fancy new GT floor mats. Looks much nicer. So with that, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will probably be late again, but you know, this is how it is. Bye.